Hello and welcome to Megawatt, the Tech Week in View. I'm Katie Scott and we're going to give you a rundown of this week's hottest news stories and what we think of them, so make sure you stay tuned. So everyone knows that we are facing an economic meltdown. Newspapers are full of doom and gloom stories every day. The reason I'm mentioning this is obviously Apple made its big announcement this week with the new MacBooks and the new MacBook Pros. So what? Well, look at the prices. Analysts had been expecting Apple to come in with a model around the $900 mark. What we've actually got is a 17-inch MacBook Pro, which costs close to £2,000, which is an awful lot of money. Apple says, yes, we've got the new aluminium brick design and NVIDIA chips, and they're very, very powerful computers. But at the end of the day, are there many people out there who are actually going to upgrade because money's tight and they might not have the money to spend? What was interesting from the Apple launch, not only the products themselves, but what technology has actually been left out. I am, of course, talking about Blu-ray drives. We know that Apple is part of the Blu-ray Association. We know that there have been rumours about Blu-ray drives in MacBooks and MacBook Pros, but they weren't there. And Steve Jobs pointed the finger at Sony. He says they've made the licensing too complicated and the whole thing too expensive. So what does this mean? Does this mean we will never get Blu-ray drives in MacBooks and MacBook Pros? Well, the question is, at the prices we're looking at, if it meant more money for a laptop, do we really care? One of the most exciting and unexpected stories of the week was the rejuvenation of an old PC brand. You might not remember it, I don't either because we're obviously all too young, but Apricot was around in 1965 and went to the wall in 1980. What was exciting is they've launched a new netbook. It's 8.9 inch and it's 279 quid. But here's the question. There's saturation in the market already, so do we really need a new netbook? Well, at £279, I reckon it's going to give most of the models out there a run for their money. Our very own Stuart Miles has just come back from the Philips Simplicity event in Moscow, and one of the most interesting concepts was the looking glass. No, there is no Snow White, there isn't a Wicked Witch, and there's not one of the 7 dwarfs, but what you have got is a video message delivery service. So you will have a looking glass in your home and one of your friends will have another in theirs. You make a video message, you send it over, and when they're next online, the video message pops up. So it's almost like what we have at the moment for answering machines. What's interesting about this is it gets around the problem of video conferencing or talking to someone online through video when they're not there, which inevitably happens, especially if you're using something like Skype and someone else is in a different time zone. At the moment, it's just a concept, but Philips say that real models may be on the shelves in 2010. But as soon as we have more information, we'll bring it to you. That was Megawatt, the Tech Week in View. If you're watching this on YouTube, why not visit www.megawatt.tv for more Tech Weeks in View, as well as tips, tricks, quick reviews, and so much more. Thanks for watching and have a lovely weekend.